right? I pronounced it correctly. Yeah?
Yes, that is
awesome,
correct.
Awesome. Right, Mr. Mark Baczynski, what is it that you would love, my listener, our listener, to get to know about, you and what it is you offer?
Well, great. First of all, thank you for having me.
Right.
It's wonderful to be here, actually the day after National Education Day here in Nigeria.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Which is what brought me here. Again, I'm Mark Baczynski, and I represent a boarding school in the U.S. called Chaminade College Preparatory School.
Right.
And I'm here just to spread the word about the opportunities and options that we have to offer students from all over the world.
Okay. Well, from my understanding, if I'm not mistaken, this school is a boarding school, yeah?
Yes,
and
correct.
I think it was put in place in 1885, if I'm not mistaken, right? You spent, is it 150 years so
for
far?
115 years.
15, okay,
Yeah,
I beg your pardon. Okay,
but
okay.
still pretty close.
Pretty close. Okay, why do you think a Nigerian parents, should engage with your school?
Well, from our past students from here in Nigeria, what I've known from talking with the families is they really want to see their children become successful, and many times more successful than they are as parents.
Mm-hmm.
They also believe in a very structured and sportive environment to
Right.
make sure the students are safe and well taken care of, but also giving them that balanced life of challenging academics as well as top tier sport, academics, sports, and clubs, activities, and something like Chaminade, we really offer that work-life balance or study-life balance to make sure our students are safe, supported, have a great structure at the boarding school, and can still have fun and engage.
All right. Well, you already heard it. It's Mr. Mark Baczynski right here, and he's already telling you and talking to us as to why you need to have your child in the United States of America, if I'm not mistaken, St. Louis, Missouri, right?
Yes, St. Louis, Missouri.
Talk to us about the scenery,
Yeah, what I love about St. Louis is it's a pretty historical city within the United States. 1904, the first Olympic Games and the World's Fair were held right in our city, which drew people from all over the world to our area. Many of those people stayed. It's a very diverse city with students with families and from all over the world, and Chaminade really likes to take advantage of that and show that students are be welcomed, whether they're from Nigeria, from Egypt, from Finland, from China. Students that come in, they've got a very welcoming environment there in St. Louis, Missouri.
Right. You heard it already. You want to have your child, to get out there, and probably you have a child that's a bit young, to get into college, and you want them to, close in the gaps, as to build some knowledge base, as well as have some sort of connections, with other people, around the world. You might want to talk to us about the cosmopolitan, nature of, the college. Is it one that allows, for every other national, from all over the world to be a part of? And that's it.
It definitely is. This current school year, we not only have students from our local area, as well as nearly 10 states across the United States, but also from 18 countries globally. That includes students from Europe and Finland, Spain, Germany, Czech Republic, Kyrgyzstan, African students from here in Nigeria, Kenya, Cameroon. Students in Asia from China, Korea, Japan, Vietnam, Thailand. So it's something that we really want to keep a very strong and diverse population on campus, which allows our students to, even at a young age, network and form, future bonds that are going to help them not only to have friends while they're students at our school, but have, college mates, business partners, for the lifelong time after they graduate.
Right. Well, you already heard is Mr. Mark Baczynski right here, and he's already given us, to catch the wind as to what's obtainable at Chaminade, college. It's a boarding school, by the way. But then there will be one question that would be burning in the hearts of, the Nigerian parents listening right now. And that question would be, hope I'm not going to lose, my child or my word is not going to lose the values, the African values. I mean, we're very big about the African values and all of that, when they got outside, with the college and all of that. And would there be some sort of, security for them? I mean, everybody wants to look at security for the award here and there. So what will be your thoughts on that?
First I'd like to say that Chaminade, says we have a modern way of teaching with very traditional values set in. As a Catholic school for 115 years, we feel that, morality, ethics, and then as you went into safety of our students is top notch.
Right.
It's what we are very prioritizing. Our students, come from all over, so our teachers are also well trained in order to make sure that our students don't lose their home values, but they are learning new ways of the world. One of the pillars of our education is to teach for adaptation and change. Keep to yourself who you are, but also see what the world is around you,
right,
and really be able to adapt to fit in and make yourself grow.
Okay, talking about making yourself grow, I saw something, on the, would I call it a pamphlet or, that's right. And it said, Esto Vir. What does that mean?
So, Esto Vir,
right,
be a man. That is our school motto. As a boys' school, very focused on how boys learn best, we do everything we can day in and day out in the classroom, in the dormitory, in the cafeteria, on the pitch, to make sure our students are growing. Be a man doesn't mean, be a strong macho man. It means to become a good leader, to be a man of character, to work as a team, to really grow yourself from a boy to a man and become the man the world needs you to be. And all of our teachers, all of our staff, all of our coaches and counselors have that ingrained in themselves, and really push that onto our students every day.
Okay. Well, let's talk about the, development holistically. Do you think that Nigerians students will stand a chance of having that type of holistic development? Should they choose Chaminade?
As I've discussed previously, Chaminade is all about balance.
Okay.
We are going to balance everything that we do on campus with challenging academics, but also strong academic support.
Okay.
We're going to have nationally recognized athletics, but also teams for students who are trying something new for the first time. So we're allowing them to develop confidence, continue in things they are already good in, but also learn, new skills and new talents along the way. So they get to really grow not only academically, but socially, emotionally, and we just are very proud of how our young men grow, whether it's 2, 3, 4, or even 6 years studying with us.
Right.
We can see leaps and bounds how they've grown during their time with us.
All right, talking about it, a conversation is still trending right here. You want to have your child out there? Chaminade would be the right place to be at. And to think that this is a boys boarding school, right? Boys boarding school.
Correct.
And it has a slogan. Be a man, Esto Vir.
Yes, sir.
I think I'm loving that slogan right now. Yes, you also want to get involved. You want to get in touch. This would be an incredible opportunity for you to have your award, your son, especially get out there and see the world, in through the eyes of a school that has been existing for the past 115 years. 115 years, and giving you a cosmopolitan, environment where your child can learn, grow, as well as retain a value and culture, that you've instilled in them. And then, of course, learn other cultures, network, right? I don't know if it suffices to ask, were you also a product of Chaminade?
I am. I'm a 1999 graduate myself. I started in grade 7. And I went all the way through graduation. Some of my best friends at the time were some of our international boarding students. Believe it or not, about 15 years ago, I was invited to Thailand to visit one of my best friends' wedding.
Nice.
Where he flew me out, and we had a great time, catching up. But another thing to note is that 21 of our faculty and staff and administrators are Chaminade graduates.
Right, 21.
Chaminade is
21.
a family, yes. So we go on, we finish school there, go on to university, maybe other professional careers, but Chaminade always calls us home. We come back to give that experience and opportunity to the next generation that was awarded to us previously.
All right, talking about legacy and giving experience to the next generation right there. You want to engage, you want to connect. You should connect via the WhatsApp portal number, which is 0701 75 90064, right? That will be 0701 759-0064, right? Now, all you need is to send yes in capital to that number, 0701-7590-064, right? And you would receive more information. So you send yes to the number via WhatsApp or maybe a text message, whichever one will do. And of course, you also send your email address. It's very important that you send your email address. I'm sure that you've been looking at, a great opportunity to, send your child or your ward outside the shores of Nigeria, especially at this time, to garner, knowledge, garner purpose, and as well as set some legacy toward the path of development and growth. Well, here is an opportunity. Once again, the number would be 0701-759-0064. One more thing. Please, or that you also include your status, right? If you are, the guardian or the parent, or you are the pupil or the student, himself, right? So we can know you'll be directed or you'll be attended to appropriately, right? Well, still talking, with Mr. Mark Baczynski, right? I would never forget that one now. Right. Well, talking about, Nigerians, do you think Nigerians indeed are faring well outside, especially in Chaminade?
Yes, the students we've had over the years have always done well. They've come out of great schools here in Nigeria and been able to transition well. Where I've seen them very successful, even outside of the classroom, is getting involved in our sports and athletics as well. We currently have students on our rugby team and even our swimming and diving team from here in Nigeria. They tend to be able to make friends quickly within our local population, but within the community itself. And yeah, overall, we've never seen any issues and expect that to continue.
Well, I was going to ask you about balancing. I mean, sometimes we see situations whereby, a student comes in, to a certain institution and all of that, and they seemingly pay attention to just, maybe their skills, their talent, and then the schooling. The process of schooling suffers, right? And then we see other students, come out, through the schooling process in terms of academics, right? And their talent dies. What is it about Chaminade that would, create that balance?
Perfect. As a college preparatory school, academics come first. Even if students are coming in as athletes or other sports clubs activities, we always say academics come first. It's something that's been a part of Chaminade for a long time. Because of that, it's not just being thrown into the deep end as a student, with a new system, a new country. We have a lot of academic support, from guidance counselors to house counselors to our academic resource center and academic resource consultants. Our dorm parents and even our boarding director are basically on top of you day in and day out to make sure you're turning your assignments in on time, that you're not missing any work, that you're studying, that academic side comes first. But as you said, balance. So each student will study a total of 8 classes, but of those 8 classes, you only have 4 classes a day. It's a rotating block schedule, which means instead of having 8 courses with 8 courses worth of homework to do in the evenings, which would then be difficult to balance a playful environment outside of the school day. We only have 4 classes. Then in the evenings, we do have a study time, which is strictly for we will help you with your time management, organization, getting all of that done. But it still gives you time to get involved in those extracurricular activities that you are so in love with.
Awesome, right? Still Mr. Mark Baczynski right here in the studio and talking to you as to why you need your son, to get outside the shores of this country and to be a part of a school that has a long-standing legacy, as well as a motto, if you like, some sort of slogan that says, Esto Vir, be a man. Not just being a man because you want to be a man, be an all-round man, a man that is exposed, a man that is ready to take on the challenges of the current, dispensation, a man that is physically, socially, psychologically, right, aware of himself. And if we also to borrow, what Socrates said, know thyself, man, know thyself, right? Know yourself right now, and you can contact the number via WhatsApp or as a text message, 0701 759-0064 or 0701-759-0064, and as well include your email address. Your email address is very important, as well as your status, right? Are you the parent? Are you the guardian, right? Or are you the child or prospective student, as they put it, prospective student? I know that if I had a son with what you've said at this point in time, he should choose Chaminade, right? Yes, Mr. Mark Baczynski is right here, and every other information as to how you can get your documentation would indeed be processed or forwarded to you, right, via this number that I have put out for you, right? But let me quickly get the attention of my brother. Right, okay, it's not very attuned at the moment, but yes, I wanted to be sure if he was supposed to put a call through. Can they call the number, or it's just strictly WhatsApp portal? Just WhatsApp. Okay, I got that confirmation. God bless your heart. Right, the conversation is still trending right here, and yes, it is Chaminade College Preparatory School, right? There's something about preparatory that I find quite intriguing. Why do you use preparatory? Because, I mean, some other person would have just said Chaminade College School and took out the preparatory.
Correct. Well, I would say a big difference is potentially the difference between British and American English.
Oh.
Right? When you think of a preparatory school, you're thinking primary school, elementary school.
Okay.
But in the U.S. sense, we are, for real, we are preparing you for college. And college, and again, in the U.S. sense, means university.
University, yeah.
So everything we do, day in, day out, from sunrise to sunset, is providing preparation to you to be successful in college and life. As I mentioned, that will be academic preparation, but that's also executive functioning skills preparation for young men who are still developing in maturity that need help with those time management and organizational skills. It's preparing you to be well on the basketball court or the tennis courts or one of our other 19 varsity sports. It's preparing you to Esto Vir, be a man.
All right.
Be the best man that you can be.
Okay, be the best man that you can be. And just to recap it very quickly, we are with the director of boarding admissions at Chaminade College Preparatory School, and you already heard it. Choosing Chaminade, offers a unique blend of academic excellence, and character development, spiritual growth as well. And Nigerians, we're very spiritual. I hope that there is also some touch or touche of spirituality, for people to practice their religion, because it's also very important, at this point in time. But yes, Chaminade offers that environment, offers that atmosphere, right? Offers that serenity, right? Why do you have to choose it? That's why you have to choose it. Now, it's got a rigorous academic process and character development. We already made that clear. I mean, there's a diverse community, right? You made mention of it. I mean, the Czech Republic, quite a number of people. And what country were you invited to by your old school association student? Thailand, right? Yes. So that's called networking. I mean, what other family can you build if you're not building one with Chaminade at this point in time? I mean, conducive learning environment is also one. I mean, you made mention of small classes where the students they have the type of training that allows them to be right on time with their assignments and all of that. Yeah, okay, so that's something good, right? I don't know. It also gives your word international exposure, right? It's very, very important, where Nigerians especially are offered unique opportunity, to experience the American culture, if I'm not mistaken.
Correct.
Right? As well as the American education. But let's talk a little bit about the curriculum right there. Does Chaminade have the type of curriculum that would indeed, sufficiently get these students prepared for not just college, but life in general?
Yes, of course. I mean, we pride ourselves in being a top-tier institution that offers nearly 28 advanced placement courses,
28
or AP courses, and over 110 dual university credit courses. So Chaminade teachers on a whole, over 95% of our teachers hold masters or PhDs in their area of focus, and which allows them to basically be university level professors. So even while you are studying on a high school campus, our students are not getting just the credit needed for a high school diploma, but they are actually earning real university college transcripts and credit as well. You know, our classes are varied, and what I mean is if we have one student who would really like to go into engineering while another student is very artsy and would love to go into music, we have that variation of courses where students can take principles of engineering, aerospace engineering, different courses that way, whereas the other student can take AP music theory, AP music workshop, and even be in our symphonic band.
I'm tempted to ask you, which did you take in terms of your skills?
Personally, I was more of a language, social studies type guy. I really enjoyed. I studied Japanese for 4 years. I studied a lot of our social sciences and social studies courses. Some of my favorite classes were comparative world religions and different political science classes that we offered, where I went on to university and I was very prepared for my degree, which was in political science and international studies.
Awesome.
And then I've used that to come back and really work right in that area with students and families all over the world.
All as a product of Chaminade Preparatory School College right there in St. Louis, Missouri.
Yes, sir.
United States of America, right? Well, do you understand the Japanese, though? You understand it?
I do pretty good these days.
How do you say be a man? Esto Vir. How do you say it in Japanese now?
Well, it would still mostly sound the same.
The same,
because it's
right?
kind of a loan word.
Awesome.
You know, but
Okay.
But yeah, I don't want to embarrass myself on live radio.
Well, anyways, though, you know that you can catch this, discourse in case you missed it, the first time. Yes, we do have an online, stream platform where we offer a global, television experience. Remember, we pride ourselves as the audio-visual radio experience that you can count on. So get on to YouTube right there. Subscribe at Eagles FM Abuja, as well as a Facebook page wall at Eagles FM Abuja. Leave a comment as well, and we would indeed redirect you to the source. And what would be the source? 070-1759-0064. Giving it to you again. 070-1759-0064. Send a message via WhatsApp. Just WhatsApp, right? Include your full name, right? And as well as your email address, and of course identify your status, right? And letting us know if you're the guardian, the parent, or the intending or prospective student, and every other thing would be catered for. All the information that you want, will be sent to you. Say yes, YES, all right? Yes. In block letters or in capitals, if you like, right? Empower your child with a world-class, education right there with Chaminade, preparatory college, right?
Chaminade
right
College Preparatory
Okay,
School.
I'm mixing it up now. Sorry about that. But yeah, that is what it is, right? Now, what will be your final thoughts? Just few lines.
There's a lot of things that I'd love to say, but as I
Okay.
said, I'm not just a salesman, I am a client as well. I loved my time at Chaminade, both as a student and being back working with our families all over the world since 2010. Chaminade is a school where average to above average students can come in and excel in the classroom, on the pitch, and through service and volunteer opportunities. We've had many great students go on to wonderful universities and to great careers, and we're very proud of that. We are a family. We will be here for you from the day you arrive until very far into your future.
All right.
Okay. Oh, sorry. And then lastly, I was going to say, you can also find out a lot more about us by checking us out on our social media handles.
What would that be? Sorry.
So it's at We Are Chaminade, CHAMINADE.
Right.
We Are Chaminade. You can find us on Facebook. You can find us on Instagram, X, formerly known as Twitter.
That's right.
As well as even LinkedIn. So get on there. You can find a lot of information about Chaminade, and then if you feel like it, please reach out. We'd love to hear from you.
All right, let's get that email again. We are
Chaminade.
Chaminade. All right, maybe I'm also a Chaminade right now. But I want to say a big thank you to you, Mr. Mark Baczynski. You are Director of Boarding Admissions at Chaminade College Preparatory School. Thanks for your time, and we're wishing you well, future endeavors, everything, in the future and everything. All right. Thanks for your time. Well, this is the much that we can take. I mean, this is a wrap for it, but I would advise for you to once again, send your name, send your email, say yes as a WhatsApp portal message to 070-1759-0064. That'll be all.